So, postponements and cancellations. Now, there are several reasons why someone might postpone or cancel a party, but don't panic if it happens because it can still be saved. Normally the postponements or cancellations will happen a few days before the party is due to happen, and this will be probably when you do your phone call to see how she's getting on. So here's some of the common reasons. Maybe she hasn't chosen a good date for everybody. Maybe she's heard some negative comments since she made the bookings. She could be worried that it won't be a success because her friends might not buy or they might not come. Or it could be an unexpected illness or an unexpected event that's happened in her life that's made it that she's unable to carry on with the party. So mostly when people want to postpone or cancel, with the exception of the last one, unexpected illness, the other ones mostly come down to fear. She's worried the party won't be a success and that she'll be embarrassed about that. So it's really important that we make her feel more comfortable, and most of the ways of dealing with this is just make her feel more comfortable. If we can do this, we're pretty likely to be able to keep the party going ahead. So let's go through each of these and see how we can handle them. So Cherie's going to help me with this, and this probably doesn't sound like a real too much like a real conversation, because a real conversation would be a little bit more involved, but we just want to get the gist of it across. So let's do the first one. She hasn't chosen a good date. So although we know that not all of her friends will be able to make it, but some of them will. So it's a really good idea to try and carry on unless she really has a severe problem with the date. So here's how that conversation could go. Hi Cherie, it's Anne here. I'm just calling to see how your plans for your party next Saturday are coming along.
Oh, hi Anne. Well, I've got a lot of friends who want to see the products, but quite a few can't come on Saturday. I'm thinking I'm going to have to change the day.
Well, how many people do you think you might have that are able to come?
Oh, it's only about 3 or 4.
Okay, well that's a start, and it's probably going to be impossible to get everyone together in one place at one time, but you know, I've already put the time aside anyway, so why don't we just go ahead for the people that can come on Saturday, since obviously that date suits them. If the other people who can't make it still want to see the products, maybe we can just sort something else out for them.
Okay, I guess we could do that.
All right, excellent. Okay, so there's the first example. Now, depending on what happens, you could see if she wants to have another party for her other friends and get another set of host gifts, or you could ask her to see if someone wants to have an outside bookings. Both are going to help her with the gifts as well. In my experience, though, the people who can't come that day actually probably aren't likely to want to come anyway. So quite often you'll just work with those people on the Saturday, and that'll be that. All right, let's have a look at negative comments. Okay, hi Cherie, how are your plans for the party next Saturday going?
Oh, hi Anne. Oh, I'm just not sure. My friends are saying it's all too expensive and I don't really know if I want to go ahead.
Okay, well look, just tell your friends that there's no pressure at all to buy anything. They just need to come with an open mind, and we're only asking them to have a look. So don't worry about what might happen. I'm really happy to come and show you and your friends our products and answer any of the questions that they might have. And I'll just make sure that we all have a really fun time no matter what happens.
Oh, well, I guess there's no harm in that, and I suppose they can sort of decide for themselves.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so with this example, if you're having a comment that's based on price particularly, and it's something that you hear often, then you will know, because of the fact that you're selling your products, you'll know that once people see your products, truly understand their value, that this just isn't going to be an issue anymore. So all you have to do is get in front of people so you can show them. So that's your aim then. The next one, this lady's worried that her friends won't buy anything, so let's hear how this one might sound. Hi Cherie, I'm just ringing to check on your party tomorrow night. How are all your plans going?
Well, I've got a few people coming, but I really don't know if they're going to buy anything. I'm thinking I might be just wasting your time.
Oh, look, you won't be wasting my time at all. Your friends haven't seen the product yet, so even they don't have any idea if they want to buy anything. Now, I know that there were some things that you wanted to look at anyway, so let's not stress about them. Let's just focus on having a fun night and just see what happens.
Okay, if you're happy with that.
Okay, that sounds great. Okay, so for this example, when your host is worried about the outcome of the party, she's actually going to transmit that stress to other people. So you just need to let her know that you're relaxed about things, and you need to be confident in the fact that you've set the party up well with all of your host coaching and all of your organising, and that you know that you're going to present the products in a way that people are going to be really interested in. She needs to get them there, and then you need to do your job in making the products irresistible. And I know myself, and I know I'm not the only one, but I've been to parties where I've decided ahead of time that I'm not going to buy anything, and then a couple of hours later I emerge unexpectedly spending a significant amount of money. And I know that I've often heard people say, oh, I wasn't going to buy anything, as they're filling out their credit card for $200 or $300. So I know I'm not the only one. So we just have to get them there, and then they can decide for themselves. So let's have a look at the next one. So this is about the lady who's worried that her friends might not come. So, hi Cherie, I'm just giving you a quick call to see how your plans are going for your party tomorrow.
Oh, I don't think I've got anyone coming. I've just had phone calls all day saying they're cancelling. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, that's no good. Has everybody that you called said that they can't come?
Well, no, not everyone, but most of them have.
Okay, well look, don't worry about that. I've put the night aside anyway, so I'm still really happy to come. If anyone is likely to turn up, I probably should be there anyway, so just don't stress about numbers. I'm happy just to show you the products, and you can ask me anything about them. We can have a play with them, and if anyone comes, all the better. If not, it's okay. You and I can just have a cuppa.
Okay, if that's okay with you, that sounds good.
It's fine with me. So some of the best parties that I've ever had have been really small, and if she's only got 1 or 2 people coming, just go to it anyway. You've already put the night aside, you might as well go. And I've found that when I've done that, I've got bookings that have resulted in really, really good parties that way, and I've even had new recruits, because when there's only 1 or 2 people at a party, those people feel more comfortable asking about the business than when there aren't many people there, so I've often turned them into a recruiting interview. Our aim is obviously not to have small parties all the time, but if that's what's happening on the day, then just don't discount the fact that it could do really well. And I've found that the bookings, if I've got bookings from these smaller ones, those bookings turn out to be fantastic parties, because people are first of all feeling a bit bad about the fact that you've come out for this small little gathering, and they want to make sure that when you come out next time it's for something a lot more substantial. So I've actually found I have never regretted going out to a small party. So quite often as well, when I've sort of answered her and taken the pressure off, I found that when I get there, where I'm only expecting 1 or 2 people, suddenly there's a whole lot of people there, and all she needed was the pressure to come off in order to feel happier about inviting groups of people to the party. Okay, so when it's a personal emergency, it's a little bit different. We have to be a bit sensitive. We might be wondering if she is telling us the truth, but we just have to put that to one side and assume that she is. So in the case of a personal emergency, she's probably likely to call me. So let's have another try of this. So I'll answer the phone. Hello, it's Anne speaking.
Oh, hi Anne, it's Cherie here. Look, I'm going to have to cancel my party. We've got an illness in the family.
Oh, look, I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope it's nothing too serious. Look, I'm really happy to reschedule for you. Would you like me to give you a call back in a week or so?
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, I'm still keen to go ahead. It's just, it's not going to work on our day.
Okay, well look, you just do what you need to do, and I just hope that everything works out okay. And in the meantime, if you've got any friends that actually are really keen to see the product still, just get them to call me, give them my number, and I'll go and show them. I'll make sure that if anybody orders anything that it goes onto your party so that you get the rewards for it as well.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you for that.
Okay, so obviously that's not the whole conversation, but I think you get the gist of it. We need to, I think it's important when there's been some personal challenge, real problem crop up, that we don't reach for our diaries and want to rebook her straight away, unless it seems appropriate because it's not such a big problem that she's got. And then make sure that you offer to call her in a week or so, because if she says she'll call you when everything settles down, she probably won't get round to it. So you need to keep the control of that. Okay. Sometimes you're going to come across someone who continually postpones, and we call them, a little bit tongue-in-cheek, a serial postponer. And if somebody's got genuine reasons to postpone, then it's not a problem, because life happens, some things can't be avoided, and that's the same for all of us. But when it happens more than once, it can start to impact your business, and you do need to wonder if the person actually really does want to have the party. So I wouldn't let anybody continually postpone and rebook. Once they've done it twice, chances are they're going to do it again, and then it starts to damage your business and your income, and in my book that's not on. So when they call to postpone the second time, all I would do is just not offer another date. Normally you don't have to say anything. They call and postpone, and you just take the postponement, but you don't organise to call them, you don't organise to make another date. So often that's just the end of that. Now if she insists that she wants to make another date, then I'd probably be honest about it, and I'd say something like, I'd say, look, you're really busy, and I know you're having trouble fitting this in because you have had to postpone a couple of times now. The problem for me is that it then leaves me with an evening that I can't work because there's no time to replace your booking. So why don't we just wait until things settle down for you so that you can make a booking on a date that you know will work. So I think that it's good to be able to let them know. They often don't actually realise that this is your income and this is mucking you around. So it's a nice way to just let them know that this is causing you a bit of an issue for you, and that you'd probably rather wait. But if she then insists that she absolutely wants to make another date, it's a bit difficult to say, no, I don't want your booking. So I would take the booking, but I would still accept another booking from somebody else on the same day. So that means I would double book her. So if hers then cancels, which is quite likely, then I've still got a party to go to. If it doesn't cancel and it actually goes ahead, then I would just let her know that unfortunately I'm not available that night anymore, but I'll be sending one of my best consultants or a colleague along in my place. And I would never feel bad or guilty about that, because she's done that to me a couple of times. And I think that's perfectly fair enough. She'll still have someone there to do her party, but I needed to safeguard what I was doing. So I know that there are other ways that people deal with this, but this is the way that worked for me.